Indiana in the morning. Good morning to you, 9:45 on a Wednesday morning. And yes, indeed, Indiana County's 4-H program, they're actually on their way across the street to the county commissioners. They've got bigger things to do here today than visit with us, and yet they have come by the studio, and we appreciate that. Our visit this morning presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Angela Boring has brought this big crew of young ladies in to visit with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here today.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Well, you should be excited for what's about to happen, too. You get to go across the street and recognition from the county commissioners.
Yes, it's. I think it's always exciting when we get an opportunity to showcase the amazing things that we do. We put a lot of. You hear about us a lot on social media and in the newspaper, but when our commissioners give us a little shout out, it definitely feels extra special. So we're excited to head over there for that today as well.
What we think of 4-H, and we think of it generally in the context of here's the county fair, and it's time for us to show our animals. But it's so much more than that.
It really is. So we are celebrating 4-H week next week. It's a yearly tradition, but for us, 4-H is every day. 4-H day is every day. And we are constantly moving and shaking and doing new things. Our youth are participating in local and county and state and national opportunities. We have one gentleman today who's left for DC to attend a 4-H Ignite conference. We have people that have participated in our national shooting sports, our national public speaking contests, and done exceptionally well from our little area here in Indiana County, as well as just the many things that we do outside of the fair. Although that is our big grandstand for the year is where we get to showcase a lot of what we've done. But we do projects in expressive arts and STEM. We are really focused on leadership in Indiana County. So we actually have one member of our 4-H youth that is a state council person, and then we have, I believe, 6 special project ambassadors. We call them SPAs, and some of them are leadership, and I do have some of them here today, but we have the most SPAs in leadership in the entire state,
Really?
right here from Indiana County, yes.
Nice. Well, let's meet some of them.
Okay.
All right. Come on up and visit with us one at a time. We've got 2 microphones, and we're going to put you at each of them. Good morning. Who are you?
My name is Maggie Palfrey. I have been in 4-H for 8 years. I am 16 years old. I'm also a Leadership and Civic Engagement State Project Ambassador for the state, and I also focus on shooting sports, specifically .22 and air rifle.
I'm not guessing that all of those different things are easy disciplines to master.
No, they are not.
No. But tell me specifically about the leadership thing that you mentioned.
So I've been a SPA for 2 years now. My working group is Leadership and Civic Engagement, working with specialists in State College. We focus mostly on getting more youth involved in leadership throughout the state and just getting the word out about what other projects are offered with that working group.
And when you work with a group such as that, I'm assuming you're also working with other 4-H members from across the state?
Yes.
Yeah. And how often are you able to work in the same setting with them?
Unfortunately, because so many of us are from across different areas of the state, we're not able to work as close to members, but we are currently working on a statewide Zoom for leadership and civic engagement, just different aspects that go along with that, such as parliamentary procedure and all of those sort of things.
Where do you go to school?
I'm homeschooled.
You're homeschooled? Oh, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Let's meet one of your co-4-H members. Good morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Katrina Hoffman. I've been doing 4-H for about 6 to 8 years. I am in Marion Center Handy Helpers, and I'm also now a part of County Council.
Well, that's a lot too, isn't it? So what's County Council all about? What happens with it?
So County Council is, I just joined, but I'm not exactly great on explaining it. For me, I'm right now learning to get to know what it's all about personally. I've had a couple friends who've been asking me to join, so I considered doing it. But so far, it's a great leadership part of learning.
Yeah, it's a whole new horizon opening up for you. So with 4-H for how many years?
About 6 to 8.
About 6 to 8 years. What are some of the things that you've done that have been real highlights of your time in 4-H?
I have done competitive shooting for a little bit. I've done livestock and community service.
What livestock?
I've done I've helped with pigs. We've done a little bit of goat, sheep, chickens, and that's it.
Yeah, well, that's plenty.
Yeah,
You're going the whole way around the barnyard there, aren't you?
almost. Haven't done equestrian yet.
Yeah, well, that's still out there for you. You obviously have been at it so long that you must really enjoy 4-H. Then.
I do.
Yeah, terrific. All right, let's go to the other microphone and meet who?
My name's Emmy McLaughlin,
And
and I've been in 4-H for 8 or 9 years now. I have done market lambs, breeding lambs, market goats, breeding goats. I've done all the shooting sports except for shotgun, and I'm also part of Youth County Council. I'm also a state project ambassador for Leadership Civic Engagement, and I'm also in the Outdoor Adventures Club, and
Yeah.
I show horses as well.
Well, okay, then that's not. Are there any things left in 4-H for you that you haven't done yet?
I have not done the dairy or beef or pigs.
Well, those are still out there.
Yes, I do
Yeah.
want to do pigs if I can talk my aunt into it.
Well, of all of those things that you named, is there one that's more challenging than another, or one that you enjoy more than another?
I definitely enjoy the sheep the most, but I think the most challenging would definitely be the horses, just because there's a lot of work and a lot of different species that you can show, and just they're big animals, and you have to know what you're doing to use them.
And when we're talking about some of the other things that you mentioned, the different councils and or other organizational aspects of what 4-H is all about, I'm particularly interested in the leadership aspect of it because that seems to be a highlight for Indiana County.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So, Indiana County, we have a really good leadership program here, I think, and we have a lot of good leaders here, and I've learned a lot through my years of 4-H, and especially with my state project ambassador, where I get to be a leader, just like Maggie. And this is my first year as a state project ambassador, and I've enjoyed it a lot. I've got to work with just a little bit with the kids, but as she said, we are so far across that we don't really get to that much. But when we do, it's definitely an honor, and especially with all the opportunities we get to go to national conferences and state conferences for leadership, and we're hopefully holding a leadership day here in Indiana County for the 4-H members.
And you're in schools too?
I am homeschooled as well, but I do participate at ICTC in welding.
Nice. Very good. Good to meet you.
Yes, thank you.
Let's go over to our other microphone to my right. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And you are?
I'm Avery Jewart. I'm 14. I've been in 4-H for 3 years. I mostly do STEM and home ec projects, and I hold a vice president position in MC Handy Helpers, and I also do county council.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about STEM and how 4-H incorporates STEM into the programming.
It's really interesting. I do it mostly with MC Handy Helpers. Right now, our most recent STEM project is aerodynamics, and we made rockets. That was really interesting. We've laid off on that for a while, but it's really interesting because STEM incorporates into your everyday life, and learning more about it, especially with 4-H, and it makes it fun and interesting, just helps you in like everyday life and sciences and stuff.
Yeah. Now you said MC Handy Helpers. I'm assuming that's Marion Center.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that must be a pretty strong program.
It is. Yeah, it's a fairly large club.
Yeah. What about STEM appeals to you?
I don't know. I've always found it interesting. I'm hopefully pursuing a career in the Air Force, and aerodynamics, especially in STEM, it's just interesting. It's always explainable. You know, it's not like English or something where it's, you know, crazy. And then 4-H helps you just learn more about it. It's very interesting.
Well, wonderful. Wonderful. Wish you continued success with that.
Thank you.
Over on my left, good morning
Hi,
to you.
my name is Kira Piccone. I've been in 4-H for about 3 years. I'm in Bits and Bridles, which is a horse program. I've been in county council for about 2 months now.
Uh-huh.
So I show horses in 4-H for roundup and districts, and if I make it to states. Yeah, and then I recently did Family Fun Fest for 4-H, like county council. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Horses. People sometimes, horses have a certain mystique to them.
Yeah.
Have you been around horses all your life?
I have been riding for, I believe, about 5 years.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Uh-huh. Tell me about getting to know a horse. Because, horses have such amazing personalities.
Yeah.
And you really have to treat them each as individuals, don't you? There's no one way to approach it.
No, there's not. Getting to know horses can be a struggle sometimes, especially if you don't get along with some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly just, like practice at it. Like mostly, yeah. Just ride it and go for it.
Now you say you
Yeah.
show horses. Is this fitting them out and riding, or how is it that you go about the horse show itself?
I show English, so it's like fancy. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, it's like jumping and stuff like that. So yeah,
And how many horses do you generally work with? Just one, or
just one. Yeah,
just one?
Yeah, I don't own any horses. I just
A he or a she?
it just depends on which horse I have.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I don't own a horse now.
Well, I'm sure you're having a ton of fun with it, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I really like it. Yeah.
Terrific. Well, that's a little bit of a taste of what Indiana County 4-H is all about. Angela, you are, as we said, on your way across the street. It sounds like you've got more than a few folks interested in 4-H and everything that it does.
We do. We have about 170 members countywide that belong to our regular 4-H clubs. And then we service about 3,500 or so community kids every year, just through different events, school enrichment programs in the districts, and other community events that we interact with them in. So yeah, I'm very proud of all of them. And I'm so excited to see where they've come. I've only been the educator here in Indiana County for about 3 years, but just even this group of ladies that are here with me today, the amount that they have grown and since I have started has been amazing, and I can't wait to see where that takes them. And I believe one of them mentioned that they've had really great leaders, and that is true. We have exceptional volunteers and leaders in our county, and without them, we would not have the program that we have.
Well, a terrific job by all of them here on the radio today, but what they're doing with 4-H, I'm sure, is always fascinating, and for them, it's very, very beneficial. Thanks so much for bringing them over today.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate it. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Fox News is next at the top of the hour, and then a brief check of news with Jake, and the Brian Kilmeade Show is on the way.